documents build, and I think I already have a console open here. Yes. I already installed manifold.js. It's just a node package. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the manifold.js from command line. I'm going to give the URL of my website. I'm using the same website that we used earlier. Shifter. Okay. I'm going to paste it here. Then I'm going to say, create hosted web apps for all devices in the background. Ready? And what this will do, it will start generating a lot of projects. In fact, we can look at this folder. It's creating projects of hosted web apps from all sorts of devices. Windows 10, Windows 8.1, Chrome, what do we have? Android, Firefox, iOS, boom, ready, done. And now I have a hosted web app across all these devices. That's easy. That is built on top of the manifest, the W3C manifest, and let's go and explore. So I go inside Android, you'll find that this is just another project. And so you're probably thinking, hold on a second, you told us that it was new, and yet you're doing this across all devices. Like, how do you do it? And the way we implemented this is we're using Cordova as a polyfill. And so if the platform support the hosted web app natively, like Windows 10, I will show you like the package from Windows 10 source. We're just going to create exactly what I showed you earlier. We just need a manifest, that's it. Everything else we take care of it natively. If the platform doesn't support it natively, for example, Android, then we're going to create the package using Cordova. So we're reusing libraries that you're already familiar with. That gives you exactly the same kind of app model of the hosted web apps on Cordova. Which means that now I can run the same application on any device out there. We do this for Chrome. You will notice that Chrome has a different set of definitions for how to package web applications. You can do it for Firefox, which again is different. You can do it with iOS and so on. So let's take, just to prove you that, not kidding, this is all real. What's happening here? Let's open the Visual Studio project for Visual Studio. So this is the Windows project. So if I run it, I should see exactly what I saw earlier. I should see exactly what I saw earlier. And if we look at the site, there is probably some version mismatch there. But if you look at the site, it's doing exactly the same step that we did earlier for Windows. And then what I have here, is it clear so far?
Yeah.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it cool? Like it's cool for one person. But what I have here, for example, I have an iPhone, big one, and I have exactly the same shifter app that we just deployed using the same tool. I didn't need to do. I don't even know how to do this in iOS. The tool, create the package for me, and boom, now you have a hosted web apps across any device. I find this quite impressive. And then the next question I had, for my team was, so how can we have developers testing these applications on many devices? Because one thing is to build it, but then you also need to maintain it, like any other website. And so I have another person on the team that came up with a framework that is quite powerful. We call it Borgol.js. It's French. I don't know what Borgol means. They thought it was a good name. I think it's a good name. So let's play Borgol. I have a folder here. So again, it's another node package. So I'm just going to run this in the console. It's going to sit there. And what Borgol does allows you to connect remotely to instances of websites or web apps from a browser. Simple, right? Without the need for native controls, tools, plugins. No, it just does everything, WebSockets, device to device, device to cloud. Super simple to set up. So think about, you basically put like a JavaScript file of Borgol on your website, and now you can go into this online console and you can start tracking how any person is using your website and so on. Very simple and easy to do. And so I have the Borgol console open here. Let's run the Borgol console. So this is how this tool, the Borgol console, looks like. Notice here that I have a client list on the left. And so let's launch Shifter. So this is the app that we just Oh, I might have forgot to install it. I need to install it. Okay. Manifold JS. Okay, I think this was a step I didn't install the app. So let's run it again. There it is. You notice here now I have a new client Windows. How did it happen? Well, I launched the application. The application is a reference to Borderlands.js. It is pushing its telemetry to the cloud. This console in the browser is reading the telemetry from the cloud and allows you to connect to the DOM, connect to the console. And now you are debugging basically a website from a browser. Yes, which means, this is not very impressive for a local application. I would never use it for a Windows app. We have great tools with Visual Studio. But when you're using mobile devices, they don't have great tools to test websites. How do you go and check right now what's the DOM on this website, on this iPhone? Well, Borderlands helps you, because now I can just let's see if it's connecting. Okay, so I just refresh the page, and as I refresh the page, you notice that I have now the iOS there. Refresh it again. Okay, so I have the iOS, and what you see here is the DOM coming from my iPhone here. And I can go and inspect the DOM, and I can see the property, I can change in real time and try to see what it looks like. I can go to the console and I can call like programmatically in the method like. This is like a remote console, a remote debug tool for any mobile device out there. And both Manifold.js and Borderlands.js are two projects that we are open sourcing and we're going to make available